Hi, this is Lara from Forex Info USA with your free weekly analysis for the US dollar index for the week ending Friday the 16th of April, and I'm doing this video now at the start of the next trading week. So having a look quickly at an historical picture, this is just going back 3 years. I've got further historical analysis on my site if you want to see it. So we had a 5-wave down to end a primary wave C back in early 2009 with a good 5 waves up to end a primary 1 towards the end of 2009 with an A, B, C 3-wave structure for a primary wave 2, and we're in the early phases of a primary 3rd wave on the way up. So far we've had the first wave of this 3rd wave, intermediate 1, over, and we're working on intermediate wave 2 down. Thereafter we're going to have an intermediate 3rd wave up, a 4th wave down, and then finally a 5th wave up to end this primary 3rd wave. My targets for the upside, 91.91, is where primary wave 3 will reach equality with wave 1. It seems more likely, however, that the dollar is likely to get up to primary wave 3 to have a length of 1.618, the length of wave 1. That'll take it up to 102.87, and it may end about December this year, or it could also likely end August next year. Taking you now to a regular daily chart, and here's the end of that primary wave 2 here. Here's our recent dollar rises, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to end intermediate wave 1 up, very nicely contained in this parallel trend channel. These green lines are drawn using Elliott's channeling technique. A trend line from the high of 1 to the high of 3, and a parallel copy is placed on the low of 2. We've got some pretty good significant movement well outside this trend channel. Gives me a fair amount of confidence that intermediate wave 1 is over and we're in a corrective movement, especially also seeing as we can see a very clear 3-wave structure here on the downside. So wave A blue is a 3-wave structure, which means our second wave, 2 black, is a flat correction. This means that wave B blue has to reach up to at least 90% of the length of wave A, so it must get up to 82.01. That's a requirement for this wave count. So I expect in the next few days, probably most of this week, the dollar should continue to rise with another correction due along the way. And thereafter, that will be the end of B blue, wherever it ends up. And I have a target for the upside there, 82.01 it must reach, possibly up to 82.31. We'd be seeing an expanded flat correction then. The next move, when that's over, wherever this wave B blue ends, the next move for the dollar will be a good sharp downturn for wave C blue. Taking you now to an hourly chart where this blue A is this blue A down here, and here's our recent corrective movement for the dollar with an A, B, C movement for wave A blue. Thereafter we've got an expanded flat correction, A, B, and we're working on a wave C up. And I said in the last analysis I posted that we did need further dollar rises, and we're getting it. And we still need to see some really good, strong central piece of a 3rd wave. We should be seeing some almost vertical rises for a little while as we enter the middle of this 3rd wave of wave C pink up. C waves subdivide into a good 5-wave structure. This one appears to be a simple impulse rather than a diagonal, which is the only other option for a C wave. So we should be seeing a good further upwards rise for wave 3 green, and I have an upwards target about 81.47, and then we'll see some further little corrective movement down, and then further dollar rises up to those targets given with the daily chart. So I expect further dollar rises throughout this week. We are due for a correction in a 4th wave. Maybe it's going to be a time-consuming triangle. We'll see when we get there. I have some really clear targets. A clear invalidation point is 74.18. We do not expect the dollar to get down that low. Clear targets for the upside and a clear invalidation point for you this week. I hope everyone had an awesome weekend, and may all your trades this week be profitable.